Let's head back out to that breaking news. 3 people are dead after a shooting in Mahomet.
That's right. Police arrived on scene just before 10 p.m. last night for a shooting at a home near Riverside Drive. And we have our WAND Maya Brenneberg out there right now live at the scene in Mahomet. Maya, tell us, what do we know about this shooting so far?
Darren and Sierra, all is quiet now, but they do still have police tape up at the corner of Riverside Court here in Mahomet, where police were first called out to the scene around 10 o'clock last night for reports of a shooting. When police arrived on the scene, they did find 1 person dead, and then they took 2 to the hospital who were later pronounced dead. Mahomet police say that the suspect has been identified and located, and the Illinois State Police are working on the investigation. We'll continue to follow this story and bring you updates.
We're following some breaking news this morning. Firefighters are battling a house fire in Tolono today. The house is on East County Road 1350 near Route 45.
That's right. And WAND's Maya Brenneberg is live at the scene in Tolono right now. Maya, what have you seen out there so far?
Yeah, Darren and Sierra, I'm out here on County Road 1350 East here in Savoy, and as you can see behind me, there was a pretty massive fire. Even pulling up, we could smell the smoke from blocks away, and you can obviously see it. And there were water tankers pulling up, and there's just dozens of fire departments out here trying to help get this fire out. And right now it looks like it's starting to calm down a little bit, and there's still more trucks coming to the scene and more water tankers coming to help out and make sure that they're able to get this fire out. But it's starting to calm down a little bit, and they're spraying water on the back of the house right now. So this is a developing story, and we will keep you updated as we continue to learn more. Live in Savoy, Maya Brandenburg, WAND News.
We're still following breaking news on this Friday morning. Firefighters are battling a house fire in Tolono. That house is on East County Road 1350 near Route 45.
And WAND's Maya Brandenburg has been live at that scene this morning in Tolono, speaking to crew on scene. Maya, what have you heard and learned so far?
Darren and Sierra, I'm out here between Savoy and Tolono, and the scene is starting to calm down now. But when this fire first started, those flames were so big that you could even see them from Philo. If you look behind me, you can see that there still is a lot of smoke coming off of the house, and you can definitely smell it. We could smell it from blocks away when we were pulling up to the scene. And now that that wind is starting to move that smoke out of the way a little bit, we can actually see that most of the structure of the house is gone. All that's left is a lot of the framework. There are 11 departments out here working to make sure that this fire is contained, and they're still spraying water on the house and working to make sure that they're able to get everything put out safely. But this isn't the first time that they've been called out to this scene. They were called out earlier in the day at 1, and now they were called out at 4:30, and they're still working close to 7 to be able to get this scene contained. Reporting live, Maya Brandenburg, WAND News.
Gunned down in her own home. We're digging into the footage showing Sonia Massey's final moments before a Sangamon County deputy shot and killed her on July 6th.
WAND's Karen Iser breaks down what's inside that video, and we want to warn you, the images you're about to see are disturbing.
Well, we start by saying police gave us this video and some parts are edited, and we're learning more about the night 36-year-old Sonia Massey called for help. At 1:16 a.m., 2 Sangamon County deputies arrived at her home on Hoover Avenue after she called 911 about a possible prowler. From the first interaction with now former deputy Sean Grayson, Massey was met with hostility. Grayson's body camera video was not on. This is video from the other responding deputy, whose name we do not know.
Nobody is out here, and I need to tell you, please don't hurt me,
Why would it hurt you? You called us.
Okay,
Please. So what'd you hear?
somebody keeps outside my house, y'all. Please,
Is this your car over here?
please, God, please, God, please.
Is this your car over here? Oh,
Please, God.
that's not your black car in the driveway?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, we checked your yard. We walked around the whole block. We didn't see anybody. We don't.
It was 1:18 when Grayson entered Massey's home, asking for her form of ID. Now, while inside, Sonia could be heard on the phone with dispatch, still asking for help. She didn't want to hang up the phone with dispatch and kept saying 1 second. She asked then for her Bible. At 1:20, Grayson could be heard asking Massey questions about her name, and then he pointed out a hot pot on the stove. It was at this point when he activated his body-worn camera.
1 second.
Check on her.
Let me get this.
We don't need a fire while we're here.
Right. Okay. Where you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Better I swear to God, I'll shoot you right in your face.
It was at this moment Grayson fires off 3 shots and shoots Massey in the face. WAD News, though, is not showing those moments. But after the shooting, the other deputy can be heard saying he was going to get his medical kit, while Grayson can be heard saying don't. The other deputy also asked where the gun was, and Grayson can be heard saying there isn't one. At that point, the second deputy then grabs a towel to help Massey. The EMS and fire and other police began to arrive on scene.
Hours after that footage was released, demonstrators peacefully marched through Springfield in support of the Massey family. Protesters have been out each week since Massey's death. Marchers gathered at Pleasant Grove Baptist Church and walked a little over a half mile to Comer Cox Park. They then hosted an event to celebrate Massey's life and come together as a community.
Hopeful, and I feel that it's kind of weird to say that because how can you say that in the face of such horrific violence? But at the same time, if we can come together collectively to grieve, then we obviously can come together to create change as well. And that has been the highlight of all of this, is knowing that the community is not going to let this just stand by and go unchecked.
Another protester says showing up to support the Massey family and demanding change could be the start of a larger movement.
Why not after school camp just after 3 yesterday afternoon? We got some new information this morning. They say state troopers say 2 7-year-olds, an 8-year-old, and an 18-year-old were killed. This morning, a 12-year-old boy is dead after being hit by a car while on his bike last night. It happened just after 5 p.m. near the intersection of North Van Dyke Street and West King Street. Police say the boy was riding his bike down North Van Dyke when he was hit by a car. He was taken to the hospital where he died from his injuries. The 45-year-old man driving the car has been arrested with driving under the influence of alcohol. We're taking a live look just outside of Washington, D.C., where a passenger aircraft collided with an Army helicopter just after 9 last night. As you can see right there, still those massive search and rescue crews are out there, and those efforts are currently underway. And those first responders that are out there, they're facing freezing temperatures as they search the Potomac River for any survivors.
The American Airlines plane was carrying 60 passengers and 4 crew members. The helicopter had 3 people on board at the time. WAD's Maya Brandenburg has been following this story all morning long. Maya, what did people see when the helicopter crashed into the plane?
Yeah, Darren and Sierra, that death count is now up to at least 30 people. But if you take a look at right now at this video behind me, it shows the moment that the American Airlines plane collides with that U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter. And you can see that there was that big flash right after the impact. So far, over 30 bodies have been recovered during search and rescue operations, according to NBC Washington. American Airlines says the American Eagle flight was coming from Wichita, Kansas, carrying 60 passengers and 4 crew members. Among the passengers were U.S. figure skating athletes, coaches, and family members who were returning home from the National Development Camp held in Kansas. Russian media also reports 2 former world champion figure skaters were working as coaches for the national team were on that plane as well. The Army has confirmed that the aircraft involved was a Black Hawk helicopter with 3 people on board. D.C. Fire and EMS chiefs say that there are currently around 300 first responders working at the scene.
So it's a highly complex operation. The conditions out there are extremely rough for the responders. It's cold. They're dealing with relatively windy conditions. Wind is hard out on the river. So they're out there working. We're doing everything we can to keep them safe.
We do not know the exact number of people dead or if there are any survivors yet, but a recovery center has been set up with boats and ambulances working to transfer the bodies. The D.C. Medical Examiner is calling this the largest recovery operation in D.C. for decades. Reagan National Airport will be closed until 11 local time this morning. D.C. Fire and EMS plan to host a news conference this morning at 6:30. WAND News will continue to keep you updated both on air and online on this crash as we learn more.
Thank you so much for joining us on this day after Election Day. I'm Darren Mullen.
And I'm Sierra Rucker, and we have breaking news this morning. NBC News projects that former President Donald Trump is now the president-elect once again. We are still waiting on all electoral votes to be counted, but within the last half hour, NBC News called Wisconsin for Trump, giving him 276 electoral votes. We will get to more on the race for the White House and local election results in just a moment. We are now joined with American Idol alum Alex Miller. He is a country artist from Kentucky, and he'll be performing tonight at the Devon Lakeshore Amphitheater.
Well, the first job that I ever had was working on a farm for Big Bill Ladd. His barn loft was hot as hell, and so was his daughter Daisy Bell. Oh, I never will forget those days just putting up hay.
Now joined with Grammy and Emmy nominated musician David Becker.
David recently released his 20th album, an immersive sound, Gravitationally Bound, features all 9 Planet compositions and a new title track as well. Wow.
That was awesome.
It's been a minute since we've had Tracy Witten from The Disc join us here for a Fitness Friday. But Tracy, you've got a really cool fitness routine for anyone who's visiting people for the holidays, and you really don't need that much equipment for it.
All we need is a chair. Use this chair a little bit more, so not to sit in, because we don't sit in chairs.
Then what are you doing right now?
Right? So we are going to work our tricep dips. So woo!
I really hope I don't tear this jacket. I like it a lot.
Oh my gosh.
My mic is
Oh my gosh, your triceps so big, right? Really? Have a seat in the chair. Now you do get to sit. And we're going to do a double crunch. So through here, you can hold onto the chair and pull up. You can reach and get it on through here. I know, right?
I'm having some wardrobe malfunctions right now.
So, all right, Sierra, we got this.
Just lost my earpiece. We're going to make it work.
This is so okay. So, all right, so let's get Darren out of the chair. He's having a little bit of a hard time.
The chair is not my friend right now.
So.
If you have an iguana problem in South Florida, there's only one person to call, John Johnson. He is the owner of Down Goes Iguana and has been removing the invasive pest for years. And while others see iguana eggs as a nuisance, well, Johnson sees a breakfast opportunity. His iguana egg recipe isn't much different than your typical breakfast. He combines the yolk, I'm sorry. I looked away from the word and started looking at the video. He adds a touch of milk and seasonings. Johnson says iguana eggs taste like chicken eggs, and most people won't be able to tell the difference. Get this off the screen.
Sierra's like, I've seen enough.
That's a hard no?
Absolutely not.
What
Is
if
that
you didn't
safe
know?
to eat?
Well, I'm sure they are. But, okay, hypothetically, they served up breakfast to you.
I'm suing
First thing
somebody.
I know.
Okay,
But
yeah,
first thing
sorry,
you're
let me
gonna
let
do
you ask the
is you're
question.
going to start eating those eggs. You're not going to say, excuse me, are these iguana eggs?
Now I'm going to have to start when I go visit Florida.
You have Labor Day off, Darren. It's going to be a perfect day out there.
Nothing wrong with having the day off. I call this Chapel Roan weather because that forecast is H-O-T-T-O. I'm trying to do the TikTok dance. I can't do it. The forecast is hot to go. We'll see you at noon.
No one else saw that.